Daily Self Discipline by Martin Meadows. Have you ever set a goal, felt super motivated on day one, and then by day three, you have done absolutely nothing? Yeah, me too. And I used to think the problem was that I wasn't motivated enough. But then I read this book, Daily Self Discipline by Martin Meadows, and it completely changed how I see discipline, motivation, and what it actually takes to build a life you're proud of. Today, I'm breaking it down for you, chapter by chapter, with my own real life stories woven in, because I just want to tell you what the book says. I want to show you how it lives in real life, especially as a woman, a mom, and a business owner. Let's go. Daily Self Discipline by Martin Meadows is a no fluff, straight to the point guide on how to build real, lasting discipline in your everyday life. It is broken into five core chapters: the fundamentals of self discipline, physical excellence, discomfort as a teacher, living with intent, and handling burnout. And the big idea that runs through all of it: motivation is temporary. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. Martin Meadows is actually a pen name. The author is a best selling personal development writer who has fasted for over 40 hours, taught himself two foreign languages, lost over 30 pounds in 12 weeks, and ran multiple businesses. He doesn't just write about discipline, he lives it, and that credibility comes through on every page. Chapter 1: The Fundamentals of Self Discipline. Meadows opens with a truth that hits hard. Self discipline is not about willpower alone. Willpower is finite, it runs out. What builds lasting discipline is systems, habits, and the ability to resist short term temptations in favor of long term rewards. He argues that unlike motivation, which is unpredictable and fleeting, discipline is a consistent force you can cultivate daily. Self discipline lies at the heart of every significant accomplishment. It provides you with the fortitude to persist through challenges and setbacks. Martins Meadow. Real life experience from this book. Meadow uses the analogy of compounding interest. Every small disciplined action you take today builds on yesterday's, and over time the result becomes enormous. It's not about big drastic changes, it's about small choices made consistently. My story. I want to be real with you. When I started my baking business 6 years ago, I was running on pure motivation. I was excited, I was pumped, I was gladdened. I wanted to bake, sell, and grow. But motivation came and went. Some mornings I didn't feel like doing anything, and that's when I realized the days I showed up anyways, even when I didn't feel like it, were the days that built my business, not the days I felt excited, the days I was disciplined. That's what Martin Meadows is talking about here. Chapter 2: Physical excellence leads to mastery in life. This chapter is powerful. Meadows argued that how you treat your body directly affects your mental discipline. When you build physical habits, exercise, nutrition, rest, you're also strengthening your physiological. The discipline you build in the gym spills over into your business, your relationship, your goals. Integrating self discipline into your daily physical activities not only improves your health but also strengthens your physiological fortitude. Martin Meadows. Meadows talks about tracking progress, your steps, your calories, your workouts, not to obsess, but to stay accountable. He says finding exercises you genuinely enjoy is key. rather than forcing yourself through routines you dread. My story. This chapter spoke directly to my soul. I launched my 120 days fitness challenge because I understood that when my body is active, my mind is sharper. On the days I work out, I film good content, I make better business decisions, and I am more present as a mom. Physical discipline and mental discipline are not separate things, they feed each other. If you have been thinking about starting a fitness routine, this chapter alone will give you all the whys you need. Chapter 3: Discomfort Builds Character. Meadows dedicates an entire chapter to the idea that discomfort is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher. He talks about embracing challenges rather than avoiding them and viewing difficulties as necessary steps towards your goals. He even introduces the concept of hermesis, how mild stressors like fasting or cold exposure can actually build resilience in your body and mind. Facing challenges head on and viewing them as opportunities for growth can significantly enhance mental resilience. Martin Meadows. Martin Meadows shares how taking cold showers, fasting, and deliberately doing uncomfortable things train your brain to stop running from hard things. The more you face discomfort voluntarily, the less power it has over you. My story. The most uncomfortable thing I ever did was stand up in front of a room full of people and give a 30 minutes public speaking talk. I was nervous, anxious, and my heart was beating so fast. But I did it anyways, and it went well. That one act of choosing discomfort changed how I see myself as a speaker and a brand. Discomfort is not a stop sign, it's a green light in disguise. Chapter 4: Live with Intent. Living with intent means being deliberate about how you spend your time, energy, and attention. Meadows challenge readers to stop saying, I don't have time, and start saying, it is not a priority. Because the truth is, we make time for what matters to us. He also talks about accurate planning, creating personal mission statements, and learning to say no to things that don't align with our goals. What truly matters is aligning daily choices with personal values and priorities. Martin Meadows. Meadows talks about temptation building, pairing a task you intend to avoid with something you enjoy. Listening to your favorite podcast while working out, play music while doing dishes, make the undone things more attractive. My story. This is a chapter that connects directly to my productivity philosophy, doing things at the right time, not the best time. I used to wait for the perfect moment to record, to write, to plan, but living with intent means I decide in advance what matters and I protect that time. Right now, I'm building my personal brand, writing different books, running a cake business, raising two children, being a wonderful wife. None of that happens by accident, it happens with intent. Chapter 5: Burnout and Discouragement. This is the chapter most people skip, but it might be the most important. Meadows acknowledges that self discipline does not mean grinding yourself into the ground. Burnout is real, discouragement is real. He talks about resilience, bouncing back after setbacks, and maintaining discipline over the long term by seeing it as a journey and not a destination. Discipline is not a destination but a continuous journey of self improvement. Martin Meadows. Meadows encourages readers to build recovery into their routines. Rest is not laziness, it is part of the system. He also warns against arrogance, thinking you've got it, and letting your guards down. My story. There have been seasons in my business and my life where I felt I was failing at everything, burnt out, not showing up, and I used to beat myself up for it. I used to regret a lot of things. But what I've learned is that discouragement is part of the process. It is not a signal to quit, it's a signal to rest, recalibrate, and come back stronger. If you are in a hard season right now, this chapter is for you. Key takeaways. Alright, here is your rapid fire recap of Daily Self Discipline by Martin Meadows. 1. Motivation fades. Discipline is what keeps you going. Build systems, not just willpower. 2. Your body and your mind are connected. Take care of the one and the other follows. 3. Stop running from discomfort. It is literally building you. 4. Live with intent. Your time goes where your priorities are. 5. Burnout is not failure. Rest and come back. The journey is long. I highly recommend this book. It is short, practical, and it will challenge the way you think about discipline. I've linked it in the description below. Go grab your copy. And if you want to go deeper into productivity as a woman and a mom, the book, The 24-Hour Mother, was written by myself for you exactly in mind. The link is also in the description. If this video added value to your life today, save it, share it with a friend who needs it, and drop a comment telling me which chapter hit home for you. Subscribe if you're not part of our community. We talk about books, business, motherhood, building an audacious life every single week. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.